Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Kovu Kingsford. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today, as you can see, I have an empty chair beside me. I wonder whether anyone will come and sit there. Oh, I see someone approaching. It is my boyfriend. Hello, boyfriend.
Hello, boyfriend.
Hello, boyfriend. Hello, boyfriend. Do you have a name?
Yes, boyfriend, I do have a name.
What is your name?
It is boyfriend.
Really?
No, it's Kai.
Hi, Kai.
Hi.
Everyone say hi to Kai. Hi,
Hi.
Kai.
Hi, everyone.
So you've probably seen him on my Instagram if you follow me on there. You might know him a little bit already because we have been quite, active on
Yeah, there's pictures.
There are definitely pictures, but none of you have probably, or few of you have probably heard him speak. So yeah,
I do have a voice.
you do have a voice.
Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, we are both Norwegian, so we might switch into that language. I'll try to put some captions on that. Or if we can't find any words and stuff, it's because we're not native English speakers. But I lived in Wales, and you read a lot of English books.
I've read a lot of English books.
Yeah.
Specifically one type of book.
Specifically one type of book whose author we don't support.
Yes.
But it was your childhood, and we accept that.
There's some.
Is that a flower petal?
I don't know.
Anyway, so we asked you guys on Instagram whether you had any questions for us that we could answer, and you did. We started filming this video already, but we kind of realized that we would be talking forever if we answered all of the questions. So we're going to kind of divide it into two parts. So this video will be more about... You don't actually know what I've decided on yet.
No.
So this will be a surprise to you. This video will actually be about...
You haven't decided yet.
I have, but I don't know how to word it. Okay, I don't know what I'll title it, but it will be about dating. It will be about a relationship consisting of a cisgender partner and a transgender partner, a gay relationship, and what that entails, and our experience with that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that a lot of people have questions about, and I know that when we started dating, that's something that I'd really like to see more representation of.
Yeah.
Sounds good? Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay, do you want us to start with the questions, or do you want to just discuss things? I'm thinking that the questions about our relationship and how we started dating and stuff, that will be a different video.
Yeah.
And with the age gap and everything. Which I don't see as an age gap really, but everyone else was like, ooh, age gap and long distance and stuff. Whatever. So if you want a video where we discuss those sort of things and more about how we met and all that cute stuff, let us know, and we shall do that. Did you want to start with the questions? Okay. Let's scroll down. Okay, so this is one question. We'll start with this. How does Kai feel about you identifying differently now to when you started dating? So do you want to clarify what that means?
Because when we started to date, you identified as a trans guy.
Yes.
Yes. And now, I don't know how to pronounce that word. You can do it for me. Androgyn.
Like androgynous?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I still use male terms. I still live as a guy.
Yeah. The cute little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm embracing my femininity and my androgyny a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'm not a binary guy like I was when we started dating, or I don't identify as that anymore, because there's more to me.
there's more to you.
Yeah. Yes. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm very proud.
Are you?
I'm a very proud boyfriend. Yeah, because I want you to live your best self, be your best self. That's the saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not live your best self.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell them what you said the other day to your colleague?
To my colleague, or what I said to the guest.
You can say both.
Okay, so a week ago, approximately,
Yeah.
there was the Norwegian Constitution Day. No way! And I work as a bartender. This is the biggest day
Of the year.
of the year. So my brain was kind of fried.
And it was really hot.
It was really
and
hot.
you had gotten like an hour and a half of sleep.
Yes.
And you worked until like 5 a.m. the night before or something like that.
in the
and then
in the outside bar with the sun like straight in my face. Like on this day you say like gratulerer med dagen to each other. Like we congratulate each other's on Norway's birthday.
Yes.
Yes. But my brain was kind of okay. Now you can say that to that guy going there. Then
Didn't you also know him from school or something like that?
yeah, and I saw him and he came, and my brain made the sentence, and my mouth said, "Happy New Year."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my brain started to think again and work.
And you realized what you said.
Yes. And the other day, again, not much sleep during the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I have a co-worker, and I was helping him with something.
This coworker is from Iran, so they speak in English.
Yeah. And I helped him with something, and then he said, "Thank you." And I answered, "No welcome."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was the funny story. Really funny story.
how did we start talking about that?
I don't know.
I don't know if
really don't know.
I don't know if the funniness of it will translate.
Oh wait.
It was hilarious when you told me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, yes, I am very proud of you. I'm a proud boyfriend.
Thank you.
Yeah. That you are just being your best self. There's more to him.
There is.
Yes.
Who'd have thought? Okay, this one is, did you find it easier or harder being trans dating a cis gay man? So we'll ask that both ways. We talked about this earlier, like what it means.
Yeah.
What did we end up?
Well,
Is it easier for me as a trans guy or as a date a cis person or a trans person? Is that the question?
I think that's the question.
Okay. So
Yeah.
is it easier for me as a trans person to date a cisgender person or a transgender person? Kai's really the only... No, you're not, but you're the first person who I've been in like a physical, like actual, like legit relationship with who's 100% cis. I, previous to that, I've either dated like trans people or like kind of gender ambiguous people or like questioning people, but I feel like you're pretty comfortable in your identity. Are you?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, okay. So
I wear my heels with pride.
you do. So there are some differences there, but I don't know. If I'm dating someone who's trans, I think they can like, maybe it's easier for them to understand certain things, or like there are some things that we talk about more, or like we go into depth about like gender theory and like what it even means. But I feel like you've had so many like trans friends that these are conversations you've had before.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is a completely new and different world to you. And I think one thing that I know a lot of people are like trans for trans, and that's great. I think one issue with dating another trans person is like being trans sometimes can like you can trigger each other's dysphoria. So I remember when I was young and I'd have friends who started testosterone when I myself was pre-T or who had top surgery before I did. It kind of created some tensions and like some jealousy between my friends, which I think it would be hard for me as a trans person if I would pre-transition to date someone and their transition was going so well for them and then I was kind of stuck. Yeah, and also it sucks if you both like super dysphoric and hate yourselves because then it's kind of difficult to navigate being in a relationship. I don't know. That was a very long answer, but to me, there may be differences, but I can't say that one is better than the other. I don't really care if someone's cis or trans. How about you?
Yeah. Well, I don't really, I don't care, but when I'm thinking like there's things like when you're dysphoric, like I don't feel that myself, so I can't put myself in your situation, and I think that's really sucks because I really want to help you and make you feel better, but like I kind of figured out that the best thing I can do is to be there for you. That's like the only difference between, for me, to date a cis guy versus a trans guy.
Yeah. I think that honestly, like, with how I've been, like, when I've been dysphoric, if I dated a trans person who, like, could understand, it wouldn't have made a difference. Like, I would still feel the way I did.
Yeah.
So, sure, it can help, but it doesn't mean that I feel any less dysphoric. And you provided so much support and acceptance that I don't think a trans person could have done it better.
Okay.
Yeah. So, good job.
Yes.
Okay, this is kind of in that realm, but if you don't mind answering, how did you become comfortable with being intimate with each other? I think this is mostly like related to trans stuff and not just like in general. How we became comfortable the first time it happened was alcohol.
Yes.
And it happened really fast. Like, not the act itself, but like how we got there. I didn't really see, this was during my like hot boy summer era. So I was just kind of happy to like get one down, you know, the cool.
Tick that one off.
Yeah. It wasn't really until we got into an actual relationship that I started caring. This sounds awful. Well, how about you? I need to think about my answer.
Yeah, well, I don't think I like the first time we were so drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no worries about that then. And like when we like got in a stable relationship, we kind of, for me it was like, okay, we've already been comfortable with it, so
we kind of just jumped into it.
Why should I be uncomfortable with it now, even though I'm not drunk?
Yeah,
because I do remember the acts when we were drunk.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. No, I think so. More context to to how I felt. When we started getting into like an actual relationship, I felt that, and we have talked about this a lot because this was a big problem for the first year. I didn't believe that this is what you actually wanted. And that I was holding you back from like being with someone who actually made you feel fulfilled, because there were certain things I couldn't provide, like sexually, that I felt that even though you said it's not a problem, I didn't think you were lying, but I thought that I had manipulated you into not realizing what was actually good for you. And so my mind would do this like brain gymnastics to try and justify why my insecurities were actually the truth. Even if you told me like, no, I'm great, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, like I love, what we're doing. But I realized that no matter how much he said that, it wouldn't change how I felt. I couldn't it's like you said that and it just bounced off of me.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't ask you about that like every single day. I mean, I could. You were like, I will keep like telling you I love you and stuff like that, but it wouldn't enter my heart and my brain. So because I thought I was like the worst person in the world who kept this gay guy from being with someone who actually made him happy. But then I found a good therapist and found out about projection and how I was projecting like my beliefs about my body onto you, as well as projecting my like internalized transphobia and all of that kind of stuff onto you, and mirroring myself in that. So I would use you like, oh, he probably thinks this, and that would validate my insecurities and say like, yeah, that's how it is. But when I learned about that, I realized that I'm making him out to be a bad guy, and that's when I kind of realized like, oh, that's unfair to you to apply all of these things to you that you don't actually believe about me and about trans people. And then I was like, okay, I need to stop doing that, and I need to let you have a voice and have an opinion, and not just assume that you're thinking all of these things that you actually weren't.
Yeah, and you know me, there's not much going on up in here.
There is, but we talked to one of my friends about this, that you're scared of things.
Yes.
Like physical things, like
yes. Seagulls.
Yeah.
Spiders.
Wasps. Crabs.
Yes. Fish.
When they're alive.
Yes.
I'm not, I'm a big boy when it comes to all of that. But he's scared of actual things. I'm scared of concepts. Like, I'm scared of ideas that I'm, like, making up in my mind that aren't actual reality.
He's scared of thinking.
I'm scared of thinking. I'm really scared of thinking. I have, like, really bad anxiety about things that aren't rooted, like, in reality. So I will spin myself into all of these things. And this is where the distance was relevant. Because when we were long distance, because I was in university, I would have so much time to like think and to feel dysphoric and think that he must think I'm the most disgusting person in the world, and to think that I didn't have a dick, so I was like worth less than any other cis guy. But when we were together, I didn't have any of that because I kind of got the instant validation and I didn't have that room to overthink and be anxious. And then I went back to the UK and I started spiraling again. But yeah, I just felt like I was inferior to any cis guy. But this is something that we talked about earlier, that it's not like all gay cis men are the same.
No, we are not.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
we do know some gay cis men
who
are not like me.
Yes, we do. So, but I was just thinking, like, had he been with any like cis gay man, he'd be so happy, and then I'm this like alien that's holding him back and manipulating him into being with me, and yeah.
He's not.
Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, what was I going to say? I mean, that comes to like intimacy and stuff like that, in figuring out each other and how we work. I was so scared that it would kind of scare you off to get to know this completely new thing because you hadn't been with someone with my anatomy before. But surely you've had to get to know every person you've been with, even if they had the same anatomy. Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how was that? Was it daunting to you when you realized that you were gonna get involved with someone who you hadn't, it was different to what you were used to?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
That's a good question. Because it could have been
Scary.
It could have been scary.
Do you think that...
But I think like kind of, even though even in the start of the relationship, like I felt safe, and that like I knew that it was a good place, a safe place, and so I think maybe that's why I didn't wasn't scared of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thunder. But you didn't feel pressure to have to do everything right the first time. Did you feel like you could ask
the first
questions?
time?
Well, no, but like...
Yeah, I felt like I could ask questions, but I didn't feel the need.
Okay.
For it.
Because...
I don't know.
Because you didn't care?
Of course I care.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, sorry.
Yeah. Because I don't know, it's like I just felt we did what felt natural for both of us. Also, if I was going to ask what do I do now, how do I do this, I know maybe that would have ruined something. I wanted it to like be special.
Oh, well, I feel like I ask questions all the time. I was so fascinated, like, by how things worked, and like, does it do this?
Yeah, but I paid attention in sex ed at school.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you knew where the main bits were?
Yes.
And you knew kind of how they worked?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this earlier too, but a lot of gay men have like vagina panic. And they're like, ooh, that's disgusting. It's slimy and it smells weird. But you didn't feel that way?
No, like it's a body part. We all got some kind of body parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was my big concern. That you found it gross.
I don't.
Thank you. But it is slightly different than what you were used to.
It is. It is like it functions in another way, but I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, you have gotten used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I hope all our family and friends are watching this video. Okay, so I feel like we've already talked about a lot of these points.
Yeah.
Okay, so were you... Oh, one that is good is like, did you feel the need to change your label when either like when you first realized I was trans, or when after we dated, stopped being as binary?
No.
No?
No.
And did I feel the need for him to do that? No.
That's the shortest answer we've got so far.
Yeah. Yeah, but did it make you feel that other gay guys maybe wouldn't take you as seriously that you were dating a trans person?
No.
Why?
Because I don't know if you noticed, but I don't really care what people think about me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have noticed.
Yeah.
But didn't you, growing up, being a gay guy, didn't you feel like it was nice to have people who felt the same way you did?
Growing up where I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. very small place, small town.
Yes.
Yes. When I grew up, there was one gay guy, and you know who that is.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't feel I needed his validation.
That makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like you had this community.
No, not
You
really.
like hung out.
Like my community was the very masculine motorsports, motorbiking, and football, and sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt really at home there, even though I was the little gay guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't care.
No.
Or did they?
No, they didn't.
Okay. So do you think that if you were like in a community with like, you know, the gay lads like going out, like those were your friends, do you think that they would have taken you less seriously if you came with me?
No.
I think
because now we have like, or at least I have like my gay social life is much bigger now.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like no.
Yeah, no, I don't really see you like having a lot of gay cis men friends though. You kind of have all sorts of friends.
Yeah.
Obviously we know some people who are, but I feel like we know a lot of queer people.
Yeah.
In general. But do you think that in the cis gay community that trans men are kind of looked down upon?
Maybe more before than
Mhm.
now. I think it's more accepted now in the cis gay world.
Yes. Okay, let's hope so. Did I ever make you question yourself?
No.
Okay. That's good. How long did you know him before you told him you're trans, and how did the conversation go?
He never told me.
I never told him. He still doesn't know.
He still doesn't know. Wait, you're trans?
No. Surprise!
Wow.
No, we never had that conversation, but I think that's because we had a lot of mutual friends on social media.
Yeah.
And you already followed me.
And you followed me.
I followed you too.
Yeah.
So you saw what I was up to.
Yeah.
And you saw me talking about top surgery and all that kind of stuff.
I added
Two and two together.
two and two together.
Yeah. So, but if you didn't know I was trans, how would you want that to be brought up? Say we were just about to like...
Because, like, at that moment in our relationship that we dated,
Mm-hmm.
like, I think you would have been really scared.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't have cared because I know myself and I don't care about it. But I think you would have been scared. So I think you would have planned it. Every single detail.
Do you think it's for the best that I didn't have to do that?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Have we talked much about that kind of stuff?
Like in our relationship, it's been like those conversations where in the start where you were like, but I'm not good enough for you. Yeah, it's been those conversations. And I've been like, yes, you are.
Yeah. But I mean, even now when I decided to take a break from testosterone,
Yeah.
I haven't been on T since New Year's Eve. You knew I was stepping down, but I didn't actually tell you once I took my last dose.
No, you did not.
Do you wish that I had told you?
I mean, you're a big boy.
Yes.
Yes, you can make your own decisions.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be that kind of partner who is like, if you are going to do this, you need to ask my approval. And if you decide what's best for you, and then I'm just sitting there like, yay, good for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't really a big deal.
It is not a big deal.
Yeah, but obviously because it was such a slow progression of things as well, like you already knew I wasn't really taking my tea as much, and I was getting a lot more comfortable and being more androgynous, so I felt like it was just like, it wasn't something I really needed.
Yeah, and also
I might go back on it.
Yeah, but now also I see that kind of you, it's not a big difference, but I can see that you are more self-confident.
Can you?
Now?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really happy that you made that decision, and that you have tried it, and you have tried it for so long. Now that you have you have something you can compare it with, other than, oh, I didn't take tea when I was 15. Now you have something you can compare it with.
Yeah, that's true. Do you notice any changes?
Like the self-confidence, like you got like a glow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm sweaty, that's why I'm glowing.
And yeah, like you are scared of the hair situation.
Yeah, I'm scared of hair loss.
Yeah.
Losing my hair. And I was quite stressed about that.
Yes.
Did you notice? Because I didn't think it.
Didn't
I made
know.
that obvious.
No one knows. No. But yeah, just feel like the big differences are your self-confidence, and you seem more like you were happy before as well, but like you seem even happier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not much has changed, like, physically.
No.
That would make me, like... I think it's just about, like, making a decision that was actively, like, for me, expressing myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, not doing it because I was scared that, you know... Yeah, I don't know, I was so ashamed of, like, being more androgynous for a very long time. Like, I remember even when we started dating, I didn't show you everything, I didn't tell you everything, because I was kind of scared it would scare you off.
Yeah.
Really? You say yes?
They would not have scared me off, but you didn't show me everything.
Yeah, because I remember...
That's what the yes was
about.
Yeah.
How do you know I didn't show you everything?
Because you showed me when I came to Haberistway.
Right.
Yeah.
And then how did you
It
feel?
didn't scare me off.
Yeah. But I feel like you've dated feminine guys before.
I have, yes.
And your friend told me that's actually your preference.
Who?
Luca.
Yeah, I know my friend's name. You don't know their name.
Didn't you ask who?
No.
I thought you said who?
No, no.
Oh.
I said oh.
Oh, I said your friend told me, and you were like, who?
No, I said oh.
Okay. But yeah, so, and they were like, he's so chill with trans people. And I was like, oh yes, and they were like, he's dated very gender ambiguous guys before. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's actually his preference, I was told. So I was like, hell yeah. Yeah. Do you think that's your preference? Would you date like a super macho guy?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
But you,
I like to be the big, strong one.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're so macho.
Yes.
But that's something that I don't think people realize, is that they look at us and they're like, oh, he's clearly like the normal one. Because like people are like, oh, he looks
do they think?
Well, like compared to me, they're like, oh, like we've been told this, like, oh, I wouldn't have guessed you were gay if you were here alone, but you I could tell. But people don't realize until they see you like wearing your high heels and stuff, and they're like, oh, okay, so not just him, it's both of you.
You're wet too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I like that, and I think that's given me a lot of freedom that you two, you're so chill with it. Because to me, I've made it up to be this like big, like scary thing. And then you were just like, oh, I bought some high heels. And oh, I want to try. My friend Toby came over. It's on his channel, or their channel, MX Smallfling. And they like did a makeover on us. And Kai was so excited to try their boob implants. So you're so open.
I look so good.
You did, but
yeah,
it seems like you just don't have any shame.
No, I don't. I don't. I think like it comes back to that. I don't care what you think.
Yeah, which is
mentality.
An amazing quality that I am trying to make him sprinkle some of it on me. But I think that's been really helpful. Seeing how you just like don't make a big deal out of it has made me realize that okay, maybe it's actually not that serious. You know. It doesn't have to mean much. It can just be that, you know, you like wearing high heels.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you have to conspire about what does this really mean.
Oh.
Yeah. We're gonna have to wrap this up soon, but I'm just looking through these questions. How do you deal with dysphoria during intimacy, both alone and together? Honestly, I don't have much bottom dysphoria when I'm alone. and before I met you. But to me, it was like, it's just something I use, you know, it's just kind of there. Didn't really think much of it, but it's really only when I've like dated people, I've thought like, oh, what expectations do they have of my body? And am I letting them down? So a lot of my dysphoria came from like, oh my god, this must be so disappointing to him that I'm like lacking this, and then I have this instead, which he probably finds disgusting, you know. So that's it. All came from hypotheticals, but just yeah. Again, the projection when another person was there, and I could project onto them the insecurities that I didn't actually know that I had because I didn't really have them alone. But when other people were around, that's when I had them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did we deal with that? Practice.
Loads of practice. No, we have talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's like maybe been once or twice where you have felt on dysphoric.
Well, I have felt dysphoric.
Yeah, I think like when we have been
to the point where I had to say like,
yes,
I can't do this.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then we've done something else instead. Just
Cuddles. Yeah.
Kissing.
Yeah.
Watching a movie, listen to music.
Yeah. I think it's just like navigating.
Communicating.
Yeah. Because at first it was really, some things were really difficult for me to do because I felt like it put a lot of attention on that area. And I also didn't like my chest being touched.
Mm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And now I think that I just had to give it time and to kind of, obviously I did therapy as well at the same time as this, but I think it's just like, there's no quick fix. I can't like feel super dysphoric like when entering our relationship and then you say one thing that fixes everything. I think it's just like being together, as you said, communicating, and you being so understanding and so reassuring, and then it just takes some things take time, you know, and you just learn to feel safe and you learn to trust this person and you realize that you know, it's actually not a big deal.
Yeah. For me, as when we are in those situations where, like, the most important for me at least is like we both us feel safe and to feel the trust.
Yeah.
The act itself isn't the most important.
Yeah. No.
Thing.
Not at all.
It is. It is the feeling, like the mutual feeling of trust and love. That is important.
Yeah. So, if I just want to be held instead, or if I want to hold you instead, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the answer to that is just get someone like him, but not him, because he's taken.
I'm taken.
No, but you know, obviously there is a lot of situations where you could have just been like, man, why you do this?
Man,
like, come on, dudes. You
let's
could
just do it.
Yeah.
Just close your eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure some people are like that.
Probably.
Yeah, but I think it's just like your legitimate concern, and your understanding that it takes time, because there are some things that, you know, we're still on both sides. We're still like, they're not issues, but there's still something we're like.
There's still things that can be we can talk about, and yeah.
Yeah. So it's not only one-sided, but I think it's like you being so patient and allowing it to take time.
Ooh.
And that you are really able to tell whether like this is something that you should ask me about, or if it's something that you're like, you know what, I don't need an answer to this right now, or this isn't an important discussion like topic.
And I feel like I've become good at like know what your silly sounds means, because he's not very good at saying when he's.
And we're not talking
scared.
about like sex right now. We're talking about in general making silly sounds.
When he's sad or scared or something, he doesn't say anything. He makes sounds. It's like. Oh.
But not just when I'm feeling negative emotions.
No,
like
good.
Happy or hungry or cold.
Yeah. So I become good at like knowing what the different sounds means.
Which is incredible. It's like unintelligible. But I think that has rubbed off on you too. Because instead of asking me to move, asking takes too long.
Yes.
So you just communicate like.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is sweet. I like that we can have that mutual language. Let's see. I think we have kind of covered most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there anything else that you feel like is important in this discussion to talk about?
We covered is a different thing. It's we covered the most things, I guess. Like, I don't have anything at the top of my mind. Do you?
I don't think so.
No? Is there anything in here?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's empty.
It's empty.
I think we've talked about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Do you find that it's like a big difference, that it makes a big difference in like us and our relationship, that we've had such different experiences, that one is trans and one is cis? Do you feel like it creates a distance?
Not a distance. For us, at least now, I feel like it just brings us closer. I don't think it like made a distance between us at some point. But we both have different experiences. but it doesn't have to mean that like a trans couple can also have different experiences. Two cis gay guys can have different experiences.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
wise.
Smart. I'm
wise
I'm
boy.
so smart. Shouldn't believe that.
Okay. So, any other closing remarks?
No, I don't think so. I have a really nice mug.
Oh. That was the lightning.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to show them your mug?
It's my mug.
What does it say?
It said, "A coffee kiss to start the day."
Yes.
Yes.
And I gave you that the first summer we dated.
Yes.
And I was moving back to Wales.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I don't know why I make it so awkward. But yeah.
You are awkward.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being in this video with me.
Thank you for inviting me into your video.
Of course,
Yeah.
it was about time. And thank you for speaking so candidly.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say to the insecure little trans people out there looking for love?
Oh, it will come. It will. Just look at this guy.
Yeah,
He made it happen.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. It may take some time. Just be yourself. Be proud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do you think there's more people like you out there?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm a cool guy.
You are a cool guy.
Yeah.
You're a great guy.
I hope there's more cool guys out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think that people will run into a lot of trouble?
Like
No, like,
I run into
you know,
a lot of-
some people may be scared of dating because they're like, oh, well, no guys are gonna like me because I'm trans.
I don't know if that is like a common thought when you're trans. And once,
I think it's something a lot of people
Yeah.
worry about.
yeah. But if the guy you are dating thinks is an issue that you're trans, you shouldn't be dating him. You shouldn't.
He's not the guy.
It's not the guy.
Yeah.
There's another guy.
Yeah, stop wasting
Yeah.
your time.
Yeah.
Stop trying to change him.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's close this show down, shall we? I don't know why when I become like a YouTuber again.
Yeah,
I do it
let's close this
ironically.
down.
But yeah, we have Instagram, so you can keep up to what we're doing on there.
Yeah.
Mine's at Kovu Kingsford without the O.
Yeah.
And yours is
You can
K-Way.
102.
Well, I'll write it in the description or something
Yeah,
like that. Okay, but we'll see you again. Will you be willing to make another video with me?
Well, there's more questions there, so.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to answer
Yeah.
them. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know how long it's gonna be, because it's almost 50 minutes now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna maybe edit it and cut
Maybe
it down a
not.
bit. Maybe not. I'll actually ask on Instagram if people want like the original long version.
Yeah.
Maybe they find it nice.
Maybe they like to listen to us just.
Yeah, but maybe we said something in the beginning thinking, oh, we can edit this. And then we... I can't remember if we did that. But yeah, so please, if you have any thoughts, questions, whatever, leave them in the comments. And we shall try to get back to you.
Yeah.
And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, what I usually do is I like do a little kiss and then I say bye. Bye!
Bye.